Hello everyone. The 2024 Comprehensive Plan update in the United States proposes a significant expansion of urban growth areas. This development involves the clearing of forests to make way for residential neighborhoods, commercial properties, and essential infrastructure such as roads and utilities. Consequently, the invasion of wild boars has increased as their natural habitats and food sources have been drastically diminished. As a result, the population of wild boars in both rural and urban areas has become increasingly dense, leading to significant disruptions and damage to the lives of local residents. But how exactly have they impacted the community here? Join us to find out, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to express your curiosity. Wild boars pose a significant threat to agriculture due to their invasive nature, which disrupts local ecosystems. Their digging behavior leads to soil erosion, water pollution, and the destruction of native vegetation. This behavior affects biodiversity and the overall health of the environment. In particular, wild boars cause extensive damage to crops by digging up roots, trampling, and consuming them. They specifically target corn, soybeans, wheat, and various vegetables, leading to substantial economic losses for farmers, estimated at up to $1.5 billion annually. How do you think these economic losses impact the overall farming community? The issue extends beyond rural areas, as wild boars increasingly invade urban regions. In cities like San Antonio, Texas, there have been numerous reports of wild boars uprooting lawns and gardens, leaving homeowners with costly repairs. John, a resident of San Antonio, described his garden as looking like a tiller had run through it, rendering it almost unrecognizable. The damage caused by wild boars is not just aesthetic, they also break down the soil, making it challenging for trees and other plants to regrow. Have you or anyone you know experienced similar issues with wild boars in urban areas? The issue extends beyond rural areas, as wild boars increasingly invade urban regions. In cities like San Antonio, Texas, there have been numerous reports of wild boars uprooting lawns and gardens, leaving homeowners with costly repairs. John, a resident of San Antonio, described his garden as looking like a tiller had run through it, rendering it almost unrecognizable. The damage caused by wild boars is not just aesthetic. They also break down the soil, making it challenging for trees and other plants to regrow. Have you or anyone you know experienced similar issues with wild boars in urban areas? When selecting devices, hunters often use compound bows because of their power and accuracy. Curved bows and long bows are also used by traditional hunters. For arrows, heavier ones are preferred for better penetration. Fixed blade arrows or mechanical arrows are used to ensure a successful hit. It is recommended to use a bow with at least 50 pounds of pull. To ensure the arrow can penetrate the wild boar's tough skin and thick muscles. Along with that, stalking and standing hunting are two common strategies. Stalking involves moving slowly and quietly through wild boar habitat, to get close to shooting range. Hunters must pay attention to the direction of the wind to avoid being detected by the wild boar's keen sense of smell. In your experience, what challenges have you faced while stalking wild boar? However, hunting wild boar with a bow and arrow presents several challenges. Bow hunters need to get much closer to their prey than rifle hunters, typically within 20 to 30 yards. This increases the risk of being detected by wild boars, which have a keen sense of smell and hearing. Wild boars have thick skin and hard cartilage on their shoulders, making it difficult for arrows to penetrate deeply. This requires the use of sharp, broad-headed arrows and a bow with sufficient pulling power. Physically and mentally, hunting wild boar with a bow is demanding, requiring hunters to be in good health to overcome challenging environments. It also requires patience, focus, and the ability to stay calm under pressure. What strategies do you use to stay calm and focused during a hunt? Do you agree with this method? If yes, please like the video. If no, leave the number 0 in the comments section to share your opinion. In particular, hunting wild boars from helicopters has proven to be one of the most effective methods for controlling their populations. Particularly in areas where these animals cause significant damage to agriculture and ecology. This method not only demonstrates the hunter's precise skills, but also allows for quick and efficient population control. Have you ever wondered what it takes to be proficient in such a demanding hunting technique? Additionally, key skills and techniques are paramount when it comes to helicopter hunting. Accuracy is crucial. Shooting from a moving helicopter requires excellent shooting skills, as hunters must account for the movements of both the helicopter and the wild boar, as well as environmental factors such as wind. Proficiency in weapon handling is also essential. Hunters often use semi-automatic rifles, which allow for quick follow-up shots. Do you think you could master shooting from a moving helicopter? Along with that, flight coordination between the pilot and the gunner is another critical aspect. Effective communication is vital as the pilot positions the helicopter to give the gunner the best possible shot while ensuring safety. The pilot must skillfully navigate the terrain, often flying low and fast to detect and chase wild boars. Knowledge of local geography and animal behavior can be highly beneficial in this scenario. How important do you think local knowledge is in such hunting situations? Furthermore, safety protocols cannot be overlooked. Both pilots and gunners must wear appropriate safety gear, including helmets and seat belts. And helicopters must be equipped with emergency equipment. The shooter must be trained to shoot at safe angles to avoid endangering the helicopter, pilot, or unwanted targets on the ground. Do you believe the safety measures in place are sufficient for such a risky endeavor? Finally, monitoring and detecting wild boars from the air require sharp observation skills. Hunters often use binoculars or other detection devices to locate the animals. Understanding wild boar behavior helps in predicting their movements and controlling the helicopter to the right location. Effective hunting of wild boars by helicopter allows for the quick elimination of large numbers of wild boars, with hunters being able to kill about 45 to 50 animals per hour. This is particularly necessary in areas with serious overpopulation. And is especially useful in large and inaccessible terrains where traditional hunting methods are less effective. Have you ever thought about the impact of wild boar overpopulation on local ecosystems? However, helicopter hunting is not without its challenges. Weather conditions can significantly affect the feasibility and safety of helicopter hunting. Adverse weather can ground helicopters and reduce visibility, making flying and hunting dangerous. Additionally, aerial hunting is subject to strict regulations. Hunters must ensure compliance with state and federal laws, including obtaining necessary licenses. Ethical considerations also come into play, as ensuring humane killing from a moving helicopter can be challenging. What do you think about the ethical considerations involved in helicopter hunting? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos.